Hey Gundam guys, Gundam gals, Corticon here again. Today we're going to look at what the Gundam Deuce, and this will be talking about some news, some scales, some grades. And we're going to start off with the news first in case you're a advanced Gundamer, you don't need to know about the scales and the grades. But we're not here to talk about the Marasai, we're here to talk about the Zeta Gundam Real Grade. Was released last week. Or 2 weeks ago now. I do have it. I'll be showcasing that on Formers Friday, one of these Fridays. Also, if you're a new Gundam fan, Amuro Suit, the new Gundam version Ka will be coming out December 13th, which is tomorrow. If you're not watching this before December 13th, it's for 7350 yen. That's about $88 American money. Gundam Wing, Gundam Seed fans got mad love in 2011 and 12. And it's going to keep going on into 2013 with a Gundam Ale Strike remastered master grade. Not a 2.0, but a remastered. You're also going to be getting the Tau Geese from the Wing line. That's a master grade. That's coming out in January for about 3,000 yen. If you're an Age fan, you just got your custom Clanch. And in January, you'll be getting a high grade Age FX Burst, and a master grade Age FX is in the works. I don't know if that's been date determined, but we can look forward to that, I'm sure. And there is some minor real grade news on the GM. We're getting a Goof, we're getting a couple other suits, so that's kind of in the works. It's not a definite, and that's pretty much all the little bit of news I have in the Gundam world right now. Next week there'll be more. Right, going into scales, there's massive amounts of scales in Gundam, to the point where anybody that's just coming in is going to feel overbeared. Please don't let that stop you from jumping in. Just my best advice to anybody out there is do whatever you like to do. Find a kit you like and build it. There's really nothing you can go wrong with. I personally stay away from the advanced grades and the no grades and all that, but that's just my personal opinion. And going right into that, Gundam and Gunpla. Gundam itself has been around. It first came out in 1979. The first kits showed up when I was born, 82, in the 80s to 82. First kit I ever got my hands on was in between 88 and 89. And it was not that fun. The very first kits were not snap fit. They did not have separately colored injection molded plastics. They were just either vanilla. They were just a straight color that you got and you had to paint and detail and all that. There was no polycaps. They were cheap though. They were like $3 or $4. But you had to be really detailed. And it wasn't until about 1988, after Char's counterattack, that Gundam started to produce only snap fits. Some of them had an exception, you had the glue parts and whatnot, but that started off in about 88. And then in 1990 came, and we started to see the high grade line. Not the high grade Universal Century that came out in 99, but in 1990, it was just a high grade line on 144. You had the basics coming out of the 0079, you know, the RX-72. We had Char, the Zaku's, all that stuff. That was starting to hit in about the 90s. And this is 144. The very first Gundam, Gunpla, was a 1144, and we did get 1100s in the early days, so I'm talking way back. And then around 1993, when Mobile Suit Victory was airing, we started to get a little more detailed, polycap oriented, where we could use internal frame on more than one kit. And about 1995 was when we saw the Master Grade. Unfortunately, it's not like the master grade that we get today, but it was still cheaper. It was about 20-25 bucks, about the same price as the real grades. But the original master grades were more online with like the high grade and the no grades of the late 90s, early 00s. They had polycaps, but I mean, it was a big improvement from 1998, 1995. If you were in 1995, this was high tech. And then about 1998, we saw our first perfect grade, which was also introduced with the RX-78-2, which you will find is pretty much a staple for any new grade or new scale. It's the RX-78-2, the Big Daddy top dog Amuro suit from 0079. He came out in a perfect grade, which I'm not that much of a fan of. I like the Master Grade 2.0, which I don't have, but that's another story. It looks great though. It looks more like a one-year war type suit. I just don't have it. I don't own it. And in about 1999 was the 20th anniversary of Bandai, and they wanted to come out with what they called the first grade, and that was also when High Grade UC came out, which was High Grade Universal Century, which is what this guy comes from, Char. I don't forget what number he was. He's not the first mobile suit. The first mobile suit was the gun cannon, which was a great suit for $8. It had lots of polycaps, double joint knees. This one's got single joints, but I mean, this guy's about $11. Very good for the price point. I mean, you'll see some, you'll see some seams here where the plastics come together. Just minor stuff that more advanced gunplayers were not too happy with. They'd rather look onto Master Grade or Real Grade or something else like that. But the High Grade Universal Century is a great line. There's almost 150 kits in it by now. And really, you could go and Google any High Grade Universal Century, abbreviated HGUC, buy any kit and you're going to be happy. After that, we started to see the no grades and the high grades of the late 90s, early 00s, which was based off of the Seeds kits. You had your Freedom, your Ale Strikes, and those are great kits, great price point. They're about $20. They're basically like a big high grade. It would look just like this, but a 1/100, which is really why I've never purchased one. I mean, it really is a great deal. If you want to start off, I'd suggest starting off with a 1/100 high grade or a no grade. It's really just what you prefer. There's also some other grades that are thrown in there. You had the advanced grade, you had the gauging builders, you had just a couple like mega sizes, and you got the mega scale, which is a 1/148, which is tall. It's about 2 feet tall. To sum it all, only of course my favorite grade, the Real Grade. This is a newer grade, came out for the 30th anniversary, which the very first kit was RX-78-2. Same with the Mega Scale, that came out in 2010, which would have been the 30th anniversary. That started off with RX-78-2, which you'll see that over and over, which is surprising. The HGUC was one of the only ones to start off with a gun cannon, but that was from the 0079. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to get the RX-78-2 for a new grade or a new scale. To sum it all up in a nutshell, you've got high grades that are based off of TV shows that, are running current active, which this age, for instance, this is an age high grade kit. He's not in the Universal Century, mainly because age recreates the Universal Century up into now. So there's really no way you could tie it in because it's its own entity. It's not really a part of the existing continuity, it's its own continuity, if that makes sense. But you got like the age high grade line, which is a great line. Double joint knees, double joint elbows, you got shoulder joints, great line. But once again, back to the story. To sum it up, I would say you've got high grades, you've got master grades, you've got real grades, you've got perfect grades, and now you've got the mega scale. And that's about all you're going to see, and for me to be interested in. The high grades are going to be on your lower base price point, which you can even go lower than that to the advanced grade or the gauging builder or whatever they are. I'm not that big of a fan of those, but the 1/144, you got the high grade, and then you've got the real grade. The 1/100, which is bigger, this is a master grade. Even though he's not, to me, a thickened through master grade, he's like a master grade no grade-ish, but he's still a very great model. This guy will be a master grade thickened through when he's complete. Nice thing about him is he does come with the no grade, high grade style hands, but he's also got the individually articulated manipulators, which is great. That is a staple for master grade. and it's too bad he did not get that same treatment, because that is an actual very fantastic kid. And I'll bring it on back to, you really have to do what you want to do. You, of course, have to figure out what you want to like, but there should never be a time that you shouldn't like something because somebody else or something says that you shouldn't. As in, a lot of people don't like Age. That's never stopped me from not liking Age. I really like it. The show, the kits, but it's Gundam, it's current, it's going, and I'll be so ecstatic when a new Gundam series or movie takes off. Oh, it's just going to break so many more kits, molds, excitement, and 2013 is really a benchmark for Gundam and Bandai and Gunpla. From here on out, the sky's the limit. We've got real grade taking off like a rocket. Master grade is settling into a pretty nice price range. I think the $35, $45 price range is a really good price range for a good master grade. The real grades, if they can stay around 2,000 yen, perfect. You know, a high grade, it's about $10 to $20, sometimes more. You know, if you want to get your unicorn destroy modes on. But there is a lot of grades, there is a lot of scales, but that should not stop you. I'd say the best thing to do is figure out your price point, figure out the line you want to buy from, or just the style and look, buy it, build it, enjoy. There's really nothing else to it. And that was pretty much everything I wanted to get out on this episode of Gundam, What the Gundam 2. Unfortunately, I don't have my display base, so I hope you guys bear through it. Please like, subscribe to me and Pop Culture Network if you could. And this is just me trying to spread some Gunpla love on What the Gundam 2. Next one, I'm going to talk about markers, pens, paints, galore. As always, thanks for watching. This is Corticon. Till next time.